instance where I was like, dude, Haynes, he's
dude.
coming home with it. And then
I
Odie
thought,
was like,
nah.
not today, motherfucker.
Dude, he phased him being that close,
Dude,
I
he
think.
was on fire.
And
Sam
then,
Robinson texted me and he's like, oh,
Even Hurst was fucking awesome.
yeah.
Oh my god, I was like, bro, even Beecham. I was
yeah,
like,
dude,
these
if
guys
Beecham
can
didn't,
take
if
it,
Beecham
bro.
didn't beat, I think that he would have had a good chance against Osborne. Yeah.
Well, hey, look. The after show is live.
It is.
On Daily Driver Media. That sounds good.
That sounds good. Fuck. What's up, Tanner? What's up, Chuck?
Yo, why aren't you guys here?
Can I believe Odie did it? Yeah, he. Honestly, I can. Dude's just. He's an animal. Animal. Oh, man. How'd you do today, Ricky?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the Hopkins. A lot of people like. I feel like I got all my own track stuff
Okay.
Thursday, Friday. So we were like kind of cutting it up for what we were gonna do for pro.
Yeah.
One of our kids.
Fuck yeah.
It worked out. Yeah, JYR Taguchi had 3 one more time.
Oh, yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is like perfect.
Yeah.
The team was just
Use the 5 and
Yeah.
all kinds of
it was
drama.
always something different. And then
Yeah,
nobody-
Tanner, it definitely is not that bad. Thursday was the longest. This one, at least, like, it's just like the same amount of time because we got the longer break. Take this off now, I guess. Oh, not my free Nittos. Not my free Nitto.
I almost can't even bend down because I got my fanny pack.
FD Chess saying James still wins automatically since he's in top 32 at Irwindale. I mean, that's 20-something points, right?
Yeah, I think the gap is like 78 or something.
Yeah, I mean, if it accumulates over to be 100 points, but then at the same time, Odie will also be in the top 32, so I don't really know.
I think it's a 74-point lead now.
Okay.
I could be wrong. It could be 60.
I know it's 70 something.
Where you get that? Nice. Already.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no, I bought it yesterday, and
oh.
when I told him the top 16, I was like, if you podium today, I'll
Yeah.
put it on. And I'm honoring my promise.
Yeah, oh, long day though. Nah. But yeah, back to long day. It's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah, since
Oh my god, that was sick.
First
his
ever pro
his
win.
media dude was saying since 2019, since he's podium. Yeah.
Let's go.
5 years.
Said even if Odie wins, he'll still be down 2 points when his top 32 grants 28. 74, but James gets 28 points if he shows up in 32. Yeah, but like, what about Odie? He's gonna show up to 32 as well.
Assignment to support the
You know.
Awesome.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens literally here. There's still the cars are still on track, so it looks like.
He was walking over in his race suit and was getting a performance bonus of some sort.
Poor Dylan. I felt
This
bad.
close. I thought, I was like,
Yeah, that was tough. Who did he go against?
James.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and then so I mean like when it happened, immediately I thought that like he got hit or something because I wasn't in that
No,
position
he
to
was
see.
slowing
But
down.
then when I was watching the thing, Sam was next to me too, and I was like, dude, he took forever to get back on throttle. Like He's like, yeah, but it's a decel zone. I'm like, yeah, but it's like literally a touch of a handbrake decel, you know?
Yeah, no, it was
Kind of
a
sucks.
lot more than a little piece.
Yeah. But what's up, everybody? Malik, Francis, Tanner, gang. Got Dozer over there. Papa Dozer. Good guys. Good guys.
10 out of 10.
Dad's Instagram. Love it. I love it. I eat that shit up.
Dad.
For real. Dude, for real. Man. I feel,
What's the over under? Will Odie take the ball more than or does he stay up?
why would he run?
Screw. Oh, bro, they said that the rental cars done for.
Really?
They're gonna
Take it off the Nitro Circus run? Why aren't they
just
saying...
say I would hate to be a Kia Soul. Owned by
I mean, fellas, don't know,
ended up working out.
you know?
That was some intense shit.
I don't know why.
Barry Chen, right?
Barry Chen? Oh, is that what you call him? Fucking Lewis? Yeah, I know, yeah. Like my digital adrenaline Barry? There's a weekend at Barry. And other Andy, yeah. We got a gang. Oh, let me turn it around. Beep. Beep. What up? You're going against 72. Y'all are mathing. You can keep mathing, but my brain is a little shot, so I can't math anymore. So we're live, Rakesh. Chuck says hello. Shutter Slayer, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
He's in here. He also said hello to you too. Oh, I'm like trying to grab
Chuck,
this.
say hi.
He's going into his own. Yeah, he is. He really is.
I just want a single film photo of them on the podium and leave. I wish they would just bring everyone up first and then go over everything.
Yeah.
Oh, he said hi.
Yes.
Good job, Chuck.
All my family. All of my family. Yeah, but you're like the abandoning dad then. You went out for milk and you never came home, Chuck. Just doesn't show up no more.
Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck's been a bit of a piece of shit.
You hear that, big C? He did get incredibly unlucky.
Am I good if I just get one photo right here when they're all up there?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
is this any way or do you? I only want a single photo, so I'm waiting until they're all up there anyways.
Oh, yeah. We got another one. Look at him. He is hurting.
Sorry. Who is Shitter Slayer?
Shitter lover. Shitter's lover.
Shitter lover?
Sorry, dyslexia. Chuck says he's gonna play rock. Damn, bro. That was a close one.
Hey,
Dude. Yeah, that was
Chuck says he's gonna expose all your film.
Odie's pit.
I ruined it on my own. I don't even need help.
Come on. Thank you, Flying Custard, dog.
felt like
Appreciate you,
there
homie.
was so much tension.
Thanks for always being in the chat there, brother. Another homie, dude. Look at that. The whole gang. Oh, shoot.
Hey, Chuck, are you coming to Urbandale?
Hey, say hello. Say congratulations to Trent. Woo! We're on. Trent.
Do you know how expensive?
No.
That lens
no, he
is?
is in here though.
$20.
It's like $5.99.
He's probably in his chonies laying in bed right now, dude. AC'd up. Are they over there yet? Yeah, he was really on one, dude. Hey, a YouTube video? You don't even know what you're doing, dude. Richie,
Serious business.
I'm tipping. Hey, say hello. I'm with them.
That's what I'm here for.
think. Yeah. My nose, I was starting to feel. I'm like, damn.
If you take the sunglasses off, are you gonna have?
Oh yeah, probably a little bit.
should
But
see his
I have
hat
more
tag.
of the hat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking like a golfer, dude. And I always laugh at them, like when they win, they take their hat off. I'm like, yo, just keep that shit on. Like those photos look terrible now.
This guy's still around. Started as like a.
Just a little pipsqueak. He's just a squeak
Nice.
or a pip. Who's looking for you, actually? Jonathan. Oh, Wong? Mr. Wong?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Keep going.
Yeah, it'll just hit.
Here you go. Can you lock it?
Jacob.
You got it.
I need a camera to put something on the tripod.
You need a camera.
Well, I was thinking you were gonna get on there with your team.
Like Horizon lock it. Am I? Oh. Actually, didn't really think that one through.
Well,
to be
that's
honest.
usually how it works. Sometimes.
Don't know. Never been a part of a podium before. Couldn't tell you. Do you want these clips? Are we going out there? A short version of Larry
I like how I like the vibe. Definitely.
You're an ugly Larry Chet. Gary Chet. Gary Chet. Barry.
Cherry Len.
Chet. Chet for a Chet. Chet Chet. But you know what? You're not what Chet you're not. My lady, what are you? The best driver in the world? Is it Chet? You have to tell me.
What the fuck is going on here?
He's talking about Nate Jack. Describe the climate there to a
Oh,
Brit.
to a Brit? Fuck, I mean,
short
frick out of here with your English breakfast.
Well, they're asking for the climate, not an attitude.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I apologize.
All right, in one sentence, describe the climate. Dry, warm, and cool. Like not cool, but the sun is hot, man. Going to a banquet.
It feels a lot like
You want
toast with beans on it.
You want to be roomies for Irwindale, and are you going to the banquet?
Who's that? Oh, shitter splitter?
Yeah, that was the shitter splitter.
I don't want to talk to that guy.
Hey, you eat pancakes with bacon, sit down. I can't eat pancakes anymore. Nah, it's not windy at all.
It's not that stable.
That's a one.
Bacon sucks.
I can't have the eggies. You should just keep it short, and then so the GoPro sits there, tilt it up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah,
What,
you
you
know.
a camera guy? Can I just have this? This is mine now? Shrink.
Yeah, and let that baby just. Dude, you know?
Is that the GoPro that was in my mouth earlier?
No, that's a butt one.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the mouth
we,
one.
We did a lot of cool things with these GoPros this weekend.
Yeah, really.
Vibes, man. How we doing out there, Utah? Thank you so much. How many people were here on Thursday? Quick show, dude. Awesome. Obviously, a lot of the teams were. Thank you so much for joining us out here. It was hot. and we are baking. But thank you so much. You guys are hardcore, hot on track, hot off track. But overall, thank you so much for joining us. And the party continues at Irwindale. If you can't be there in person, who's coming to Irwindale? Show of hands. Some of y'all. Yo. Thank you so much. October 18th seating, 19th the champion will be crowned. It's my birthday, baby, so we're gonna burn that place down. All right, so let's give away some trophies. Thank you so much for joining us here. Round 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, making history this year. You know, we have the youngest driver ever, Hiro Manoa. He was 14 years old at the time, earlier in St. Louis. He backs it up with a Seattle. And then we have our first ever female driver, Podium. That is Amanda Sorensen. And then we make some history for one man in himself, his first ever Formula Drift Podium. And it gets 3rd place. Don't rush. Don't rush. Take your time, baby. Take it all in. Climax next to tires. Trent Beecham. Let's leave. Hold it up, baby. There you go. Look at Lewis right there. Sweet Lou. Sweet baby Lou. Yeah. Trenton, you know, the hat backwards, you're built for speed. Have you ever seen the movie Over the Top where he switches his hat around? It's like a switch. And your switch has always been on, but it came together for you, man. Congratulations. How did it come? I mean, again, you took down Osbo in Seattle. You're a giant killer. You took down Matt Field. He had arguably one of the fastest cars out there. It's coming together. And Salt Lake City has really been kind to you. This is where you kind of just, but then, you know, we only got one more round left, dude. What's going on?
It's all right. We'll take it. You know, we got our breakthrough round in Seattle, like you said. We took out Osbo, and we came here and we took out Mountfield. So we're taking out big heavy hitters, and we're ready for Irwindale. We're trying to push for that podium, get that top spot right here. But I'm stoked. Went out with the DB, but hey, we got a good show, so I'm happy.
I saw you drive past Osbo, and you're like giving him 5, and he applauded you. You know, and again, just all these young guns, dude. Manoa, Brandon Sorensen. I mean, everybody's bringing it. Prospect, TLO, see if he makes the jump. Osoli. I mean, it's all this talent. You know, Amanda Sorensen. It's crazy, right? Just where Formula Drift is at.
It's on a rise right now. The young guns are coming in. Let's see how it goes. One more race.
All right, Trenton Beecham, like a switch, baby. Make some noise, Trenton Beecham. All right, also, before I give out second and first, we have a performance bonus award. Now, this is somebody that has just endured the spirit of drifting, worked hard, worked feverishly, shows, you know, posturing on track and on track. And the gentleman we are awarding with our performance bonus award is somebody who did 202 miles per hour in the Bonneville Salt Flats on 2 wheels on his Permatex motorcycle. He put it out there. He is the dozer. Dylan Hughes, get up here, buddy. Dylan the Dozer Hughes, hard fought battle earlier today, and there you go, hold that up. Dylan, what an event for you. Hold that up, look at Lewis right there, grab that photo again. Got some party money, you've been partying. Yeah, and again, you know, on track, off track, dude, congratulations, and some tins and things, that was pretty awesome, if you haven't seen the video, but congrats to you, man, because again, you won before you showed up, hitting that 202 mark, and out there on track. Did you get checked up? James went to the side of you. I mean, elaborate.
Look, man, it's an unbelievably cutthroat sport. I say this over and over, and at the end of the day, like, we're just stoked to be here, straight up. We're stoked to be here. I got a sick car, I got a sick team, I got the sickest sponsors. So at the end of the day, I'm stoked. So we got to go, you know, knock a bucket list item off earlier this week. Going 200 miles an hour on the Bonneville Salt Flats was sick, and you know, my time will come. You just got to be a little bit better. I'm like 1% off. So once we get that one last percent, y'all are fucked.
It's called bucked. Get bucked, not get fucked. Okay, you said it, all right. Call a doctor because you're just so sick.
Yeah.
Dylan Hughes, go party. Get out of here. Dylan the Dozer Hughes, performance bonus award. All right, now second place. And again, he jumps up to 3rd overall in the Formula Drift Championship. He already has 3 overall championships, but here he is once again. Make some noise for him. He's got, again, that chiseled jaw. You just can't even look at him. You'll turn to concrete as well. Step Papadakis looks on. He's bird dogging over here. Make some noise. Second place here, round 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, and the Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Super on Netto tires. Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osborne. There you go, homeboy. Cheers. Don't drink, Trent. Don't drink out of it, by the way. It's like carbon. It's disgusting. Yeah, just don't do it. Don't do it. All right, Freddie.
Woo!
Go ahead. Hold the can, hold the check, hold the baby, look at the baby, look at the baby. Judge, you're watching? Oh boy. Oh yes, you have. You did it in Atlanta. You're on the top spot. Yeah, Freddie! Frederick Osbo. I mean, you were on it. Hard fought battle, but Odie, dude, just being witness to how on point he was, it's got to be inspiring for you. But again, you do move up to third place.
Sure, yeah, Odie was, I think, on the next level today. We didn't really have what it took. At the end of the day, we were a little bit outgunned for power, and I had a long day in the office too, so I was a little spent at the end there. I think we got a little lucky with the Trent, and his EV8 has been on a tear lately, so hats off to you. Boys have been keeping the car running better than ever at this track. I love the track. I've had a lot of fun here, even though we've only been here 3 years now. We've done well before, but last year I struggled. So Steph really pulled out the stops, and we dug deep, and we got the car set up, and it took us all the way to the finals. So happy with the second place, first loser. It's getting real interesting going into Irwindale now. We're definitely gunning for a podium finish in the championship, and I am already looking forward to coming back next year. And at that point, we're definitely gunning for a win. Thank you all.
The Norwegian Hammer Osbo, everybody! I was sitting next to you in the driver's meeting this morning, and my dude was just out, just looking at sunglasses. I don't know if he was tired or you're just contemplating.
I'm not going to say exactly what I was thinking about, but no, I'm trying to be focused, you know, like I've done this a long time. You go through these motions, and what I've done lately is pick up some sim drifting. That's what the cool kids do nowadays, and I got to get back in my shape again, and that's what I'm doing, and watch this space.
Awesome. Congratulations. Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Osbo. Last but definitely not least, again, just his posture, his poise. He has so much Lithuanian family here, his wife, his kids, everybody here. Congratulations. And without further ado, your winner, bringing it to Irwindale. He gets the win. Your winner here, round 7 of the Formula Jet Pro Championship in that field suspension. GT winner, Osbo Team. Hold them up and look at us. Hold up the checks, hold the trophies, and we'll ditch the checks. There you go. Act like you've been here before. All right, let's grab these checks here real quick. Let's grab these real quick. And there we go. I love you, Odie Bakshis. There it is. All right, hold them up once again. Hold them up. Hold them up. There we go. And we'll get some words with Odie Bakshis. Look over here. Trent, this is what you do. Hey, Odie, Freddie. Hey, podium selfie. Odie Bakshis, you can exhale, dude. That was good. That was beautiful. Again, all your families here. I mean, just extended family. Again, Lithuania cheering you on, and obviously Southern California. Your composure, man. Lorette asked all the right questions, but you looking forward to Irwindale?
Yeah, very much. Man, it's going to be a lot of work at Irwindale, but this is like so inspiring that there's a chance for the championship at Irwindale now. So I put in the work, and yeah, we're going to go have some fun at Irwindale.
You're brief, man. You're just tight and right. Are you tired?
I'm tired, but you know, it's because we've been putting in work since practice here in Thursday. I was getting comfortable with the track. I was making a few bobbles, and I knew as a driver I could overcome it. But my team's like, "Hey, man, you look kind of crap in zone 2. Hey, what else can we do? You got all these springs and field suspension assets in your trailer." So yeah, we changed spring rate. We dialed my field suspension coilovers a little bit more, and thank you to my team. Thank you to Chris for just always pushing me like on setup, and then yeah, Freddie from Spec Tune, he's an amazing tuner, and it's high in elevation here. Everyone's down on power. I heard Freddie saying the same thing, and yeah, to be able to always just push the motor, not over the limit, but just keep pushing it, it really paid off.
Congratulations, man. It's time for you to celebrate, and there's your winner, round 7, Odie Bakshis, Frederick Osbo, and Trent Beecham, boys. Congratulations.
Do the thing! Do the thing! Do the thing! Yeah, Osbo!
Hell yeah. take it when they were spraying?
No, I just got a video of that.
Oh, okay.
I should have.
That would have been good.
No, when it's like low on.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
All right, time to go at it.
All right, time to. I don't think I need any of these guys. So, all right. What about Simon? Simon rips. They all rip. I'm pumped for Podium, pumped for Trend. Shit's crazy. All right, now we're going to slowly transition into the after show, talking sideways with Jason Dixon and Sarah Riordan. So I do have to move, so bear with me. No, Flying Cusser, we're not getting off yet there, partner. I'm just moving locations, actually. So bear with me. We need the pictures.
Family, and then three. Okay? Three for them.
Just for the time being, as I'm putting my stuff on. Yeah, they're gonna do like a brief, quick session about talking about how the event was. Yeah.
Sticking around here for a second.
I was about to head over there. I was
If you
just.
want to stick around here for a minute, you can.
Okay.
Whatever you need to do.
What are you doing?
We're going to head up there right now.
Okay.
We're gonna-
Yeah, I'll be over there in a second. Just doing a transition. All right, guys. Got Freddie back there. Herb's got it, man. Even if it's a local thing or like even a grassroots thing, dude, it's really something. Man, you guys. I'm going.
Alright, boys, good catch.
Alright, moving.
Big dicks. What's up, dude?
That goes over, really?
Yeah, Jay's on this spot. They move going.
This is the last goddamn round BDC that was goddamn perfect.
You say, bud.
You too, my boy. Alright. All right. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. What will you? You know? Ah!
Ready, babe?
I'm as ready as ever. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool.
Up in here, up in here.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was going to borrow a table and I forgot to get it.
Dude, that's okay. I prefer standing.
I wasn't going to get
Okay.
Yo solo quiero pegar en la radio para ganar mi premio. What?
I think I was turning it on.
Oh, sorry. My fault, gang.
Yeah, press that.
I thought you were trying to hand it to me.
Who knows what I'm trying to do these days?
More people here than at a Harris rally. Oh man.
I don't know that driver.
Don't... Nice. Quick one.
Is that on?
What? Yeah. Speak, mama.
Microphone check. It sounded good.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Alright. Give it the old...
Give the old 1-2 buckle my shoe.
Yeah, Sarah, it's on.
You know what? I thought we discussed yesterday that you're not allowed to talk smack unless you're here in person.
Chuck saying something again?
Yeah. How do you know? See?
I just knew. I just had to know.
I felt bad before because I asked the one tire sacks for a racetrack girl. She's holding the cord.
Yeah.
And like in the middle, I pointed at it. I'm like, "Where'd you get that?" And
Yeah.
she thought I was talking about her top.
What? I
It was
mean.
the Trenton Beecham like that. And I wasn't trying.
So she thought you were the biggest Trenton Beecham fan that's ever lived, but
yeah, I'm just sitting there.
That was
joke's
funny.
on
I
you,
just,
big
like,
boy.
saw it.
I mean, we're not a Trenton Beecham fan.
No, I bumped, but like now I think that I don't want her to think that I'm trying to do a certain way, you know?
She had a bruchacho in her hand, and that's not where her head went. Maybe it's because she had several bruchachos.
See, I knew exactly what you meant.
Yeah, same.
And then
You're
I
like,
immediately
you-
looked over. I'm like,
You heard it. Oh, yeah, you
Not
heard
paying
it.
attention at all.
I was just like, well, I guess this
Where's
I'm
our
not gonna-
Where's our third?
I'm not gonna back
he is saying congratulations to the crew chief
Okay,
that
well-
he is best friends with, who just won.
Do you want to set your camera up?
Tripod at the Airbnb.
Oh, fired.
Nah, it's on a 135 lens right now too, so it's not worth it.
Okay, 7:35. Oh, I want mine. Look at me being unprepared.
Testing. We are now.
I sat in the stands and took notes, guys. I love drifting.
We love drifting so hard that we just work in ways that are very
I took
weird.
notes. Look at all my notes.
Bro is professional.
Bro, Chad, am I cooked?
Yeah.
Yes, we already established that yesterday.
You guys are loud.
All right, let's.
Excellent.
You want to kick it off?
Yes.
Let's kick it off. Hello, welcome back again. Same as yesterday. I'm Sarah Reardon,
I'm Jason Dar.
and this is Talking Sideways, the FD recap show, where we
Yes.
talk about what we just saw on the live stream and in person.
And boy, is there a lot to talk about.
And boy, okay. So, what do you want to get out of the way first? We have a few topics here. What is at the front of your mind?
That is an excellent question. The first thing that I got to mention, because I spent the entire top 16
Okay.
in the hot pits
Okay.
next to James Dean's hot pit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro did not win the championship today.
I have a hot take on this. I'm glad. Like, as
Me
much
too.
as I love James Dean, I love his driving, he's such a nice guy, super talented. I don't want the series to be decided with a whole nother round left.
Does he deserve the championship? Probably. Should he get it in the top 16 at round 7? Is this Max Verstappen in Formula 1? I mean,
Oh. Max slander already. We've been going 2 minutes.
don't know
No,
about slander.
I want to be like a dogfight in the finals at Irwindale. That's what I want to see.
it won't be though.
I know, but it's
'Cause
like that's the goal. And if we get close to there, I'm happy.
Yeah. So how many points ahead is James Dean after this round? Where Odie, the second closest person to James Dean, the closest person to James Dean, won.
Well, let's see how nerdy I really am. So 100 points to the winner.
Correct.
Okay. So where did James get knocked out? Top 4?
Was it 8?
Who
or
got
4?
4th?
James Dean got 4th.
Okay, then James Dean has 80 points.
So, the chat in the previous
Mhm.
they were mentioning that no matter what, he's still going to win because he automatically gets in the top 32, which grants you 28 points.
He
and Odie
he has to show up to the
70.
line.
Yeah, well.
And
Odie-
remember,
Odie needs technically 70, like something. I
the
know.
only reason I bring up that he has to make it to the line is
You already got a question. Sarah, will you be recording in place correct?
Guys, okay, hold on. I have to say this On camera. Okay. I am an announcer. I love announcing. I love talking about drifting. In my mind, it's drifting, watching drifting, talking about drifting. So I would love to announce one day at a higher level than I currently do in Pro-Am. Obviously, there's already announcers, but I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. So wherever they need me, put me in, coach. But I have no designs on anyone's job. I don't want to replace anybody. I just want to like be part of the team. So.
And by the way, who's to say
Jot that down.
Talking Sideways will not be that outlet?
What if they're like, hey, we love what you guys do. How about you do some sanctioned commentary? And we just have to clean it up like,
I mean,
oop, a
technically,
little.
this is already, you know.
It's not sanctioned.
This is just, yeah.
No one's
We're
yelled
just
at us
doing
yet.
it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the question. Thank you for allowing me to touch on that because. Yeah. Stop.
So
read me the name that's saying that.
So to get back on track.
Okay.
So to get back on track.
Yeah.
I specifically mentioned that James Dean would need to pull up to the starting line in the top 32 because last year at Irwindale, in the last round of practice before qualification, back when we did qualification, you know, ages ago.
Right.
Does anybody even remember qualification? Back when we did that, Matt Field T-boned essentially. Well, I don't know, T-boned and also somehow made wheel-on-wheel contact with James Dean and sent him into the wall.
When two cars love each other very much.
Broke his collarbone and almost entirely prevented him from competing.
Right.
But he's a menace, and he he podiumed that round. So
stuff happens in practice all the time. We were watching a bunch of dudes try to win practice. So, you know, you never know. I don't like speculating. It's good to talk about a little bit, but I don't want to like over speculate because again, I'd like to see them utilize every single round and it come down to the buzzer. Like that's when it's fun.
Like ProSpec nearly did.
Right.
So beyond that, let's talk about the podium this round.
Okay. Love that Beecham's on there. That's his first time, right?
Trent Beecham got his first ever podium in Formula Drift Pro. It has been 5 years. This is according to somebody else. I'm not 100% on this. It has been 5 years since Formula Drift has given a podium. I mean, that's the wrong way to say it. Since Trent Beecham has earned a podium in Formula Drift because he was in ProSpec in 2019.
Right, so it's his first pro podium, which is great.
Podium after 5 years.
I have no data to back this up, but I feel like the BMWs were really just the right chassis.
That was a long delay.
Are you pranking me?
We're back now.
Herbie's
We're
pranking
back.
me.
And we're back.
And we're back. Odie was, we were talking about Odie on the podium. I was saying how the BMWs are really dialed, but then of course there's Odie proved me wrong at the top of the box. He really earned it. Like huge fan of him and his driving, obviously.
If there's one thing that Odie knows how to do, it is just
Wheel.
keep driving.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Just love to watch it.
I think we really do need to reiterate, like I said yesterday, it's just not over until it's over.
No, it's
There
not.
were so many moments this round where James Dean was sitting there watching the live stream saying, I don't know. I think Odie's going to get this battle. I think. And it was so much speculation. The whole team was sitting there.
Right.
All of FD media was sitting there. Lorette was sitting there. Everybody was
waiting
ready to
for
go.
it.
They
Yeah.
were like, oh, he's going to get it. Oh, he's going to get it. Never got it.
Don't count your chickens. And earlier, Odie did say on live stream that was sort of like a secondary. Obviously, his goal is to come here and win the event. Congratulations for doing that. But the secondary thing was if he continues to fight, he holds off that podium officially from James Dean until the next
By the
round.
way, this is great news for FD because round 8 has been called all year title fight. And we almost had title fight
Forever,
at round
I
7.
think it's called that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
So they actually get to have the title fight in Irwindale. It might happen in practice, but...
Do you remember when they were like last year at Irwindale for like 5 straight years? And then I think it was Chris Forsberg who made that like fake commercial for the coin. Who was like, get the commemorative coin for the last round at Irwindale ever, maybe, possibly ever.
You know,
I laugh about that still. Like,
it could happen at any time.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Somebody could realize that track is not commercially viable, but it has not happened yet.
Well, you know what? I've never been. Have you been?
I have.
Okay, maybe I'll come this time.
You never been?
No, I've never been to Irwindale. I don't go unless I have like a reason to go there. You guys are one of my reasons.
Maybe this is the reason to go.
All of you in the comments supporting this and loving what we're doing is the reason I might go. But yeah, we can get back to the
Let's
event.
go to the notes.
Okay, let's pop some notes open. So I wanted to talk about the judging a little bit, not in a bad way, but something that I noticed.
Critical. No,
was I don't know if it has something to do with the walls that may or may not have taken out a bunch of homies, but they were judging a dropped tire super heavy. Like if you dropped a tire, you potentially losing that battle.
You know, I will say, Jared has often said in the past, treat this like it's Long Beach. If your wheel is off, your
You're-
bumper would be
right.
into a wall.
Or St. Louis.
Or St. Louis now.
R.I.P..
It didn't always work
So
like that.
in the past, where you might see a guy, and in my opinion, dropping one tire is kind of like showing aggression. You're super deep in the zone. We love to see it. I love to see it. If there was a wall there, you would be fricked.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of judging it like as if that edge of the zone was a wall.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
definitely a big deduction, and I understand why they were treating it as such.
Yeah.
I think that there were a couple of moments where they were weighed differently from one battle to the next.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit confusing, and that's kind of how it has felt to be a person who pays a lot of attention this season.
Right. So Odie with Dean, I think that was like the main thing was Dean was 2 tires off, which is
Yes.
more than one, obviously. Let's see,
That
Dylan.
that was a really interesting battle between James Dean and Odie. It really seemed like James Dean had a huge advantage when he started his lead, and then he did not. He immediately lost the advantage.
Yeah, I thought from my perspective, and obviously we were watching in 2 completely different spots on the track.
Yes.
I thought it was neck and neck until that tire drop, and
Yeah.
I was like, that might, or 2 tire drop, and I was like, that's it. So I remember watching them come in too, and just the dust cloud. My brain's like, it's over, it's over. But yeah, let's see if I have any more notes on that. Well, we can talk about Odie and Shanahan. The points were almost decided right there.
We have to talk about that.
Yeah.
It could have been another Irishman deciding the championship for James Dean, but it was not.
Right. They did go one more time,
They
so it was
did.
extremely close to the point where they had to rerun it.
I think that was the best I've seen in driving this season.
I would agree.
Between Odie and Shanahan.
Yeah.
It was better than the finals, for sure.
I think Odie is like the Seabiscuit of drivers. Like if you start running him close, he'll just go that much more
Yeah.
aggressive.
I completely agree.
So put him up against a driver like Connor Shanahan, and the dude is just gonna double down on the aggression, which like who doesn't love watching that? Yeah.
Very impressive driving out there from Shanahan as well. I mean, that guy does not stop.
Yeah. Back to tire drops. Turk dropped a tire. Turk, the winner from last round, dropped a tire against Dylan. Dylan ended up moving on in the top 16.
Yeah, that was really interesting. So in the top 16 ceremony, Turk's car was not there. And I was
Yeah,
like,
what was up with
I
that?
was a little bit confused by that because the second the battle was ready, Turk's car had already been at the line for like 5 minutes. So I'm like, were they 2 minutes from getting the car to the top 16 ceremony and they decided not to? What's going on there?
And also,
and then they had to call their 5-minute timeout, and I'm like, oh no, that car
something's
just
up.
isn't working.
Yeah. We were looking for it in the pit when we were doing our walk around earlier, and it wasn't in the pit either. So I don't think it ever left hot pit.
That's correct.
So something was up.
Yeah, so that car went on jack stands as soon as practice ended, before top 32, to be clear, and did not come down until about 5 minutes before it needed to be at the line.
Spicy.
For top 16.
Jeff Jones put down some nasty. Got Shanahan is just a beast and a beamer.
He is.
They were speaking on the Shanahan Odie run, saying that was the beamer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that,
That
as
is
well.
definitely, if we are going to do a Talking Sideways favorite battle, that would be the favorite battle.
You're going to bestow it on them?
Yes.
Well, okay, so that is our 10 minutes. Do we want to swap in our
Yes.
other guests?
So I'm going to now
We're trying to
swap
keep it
in
short and tight for you guys.
with Matt Schulman for a little bit of technical perspective.
Get him in here. And then I'll be gone.
You're...
Oh, yeah, I'm out. Oh, my God, look at me like thinking I'm staying in. Here you go. Let's introduce Matt Schulman. Talk him up for a second.
All right, so we've got Matt Schulman. This guy knows a thing or two about Formula Drift.
A little bit.
Has been on a team or 7.
Not 7, like 4 over the years. Doesn't matter.
Doing the math in my head, it's closer to 7.
Listen, you gotta find the right team. That's important. But
That's true.
right.
But you're currently on 2.
No. Well, yeah.
Well, as of
Pro
yesterday.
spec and then
Yeah.
And then Dan's on pro.
So tell us a little bit about your perspective of this season, 2024.
It's been really interesting. This season is just a mixture of a bunch of different things, as in layouts and rules and drivers and just different information of different things. Like the cars get crazier every season and they make changes on the tracks, makes it hard to drive. Like this track alone and these cars, it's extremely hard. You're on eggshells the whole time, and no one thinks of that, in the crowd. Like behind the scenes, we know how nimble things are, and like 1,000 horsepower drift cars that are hard to drive. And in this layout, like you guys see tires drop from the best drivers in the world, and that says something. But also, also as a driver, I understand how hard it is when they don't drop tires. To drop a tire on that is easy. And when they don't drop tires, it is like extremely impressive, especially OD and then RTR cars. All the cars are fast. The cars that are really hooked up, when they do a really good run, it's just like really impressive.
So to start you off with a very difficult question here, would you say that the driving has been better or worse this season than in the past?
Worse.
And why do you think that is?
Rules and other drivers coming in change the factors of a lot of things. And people also have more and more data. And when that mixes up, it can create conflict in many different ways. So everybody has to either change small things, and then sometimes they're changing big things.
And of course, notably, head judge Ryan Lantagne did retire after Irwindale last season.
That's another thing. Like, different judges are also a different thing too. We're all human, and we all think differently, but there's also a base of the rule book. And I think mixing the judges is good and bad. It just all depends on the round and the driving. It's hard to say, but yeah, it's definitely not bad driving. It's getting more competitive
in comparison
every year.
Yeah, in comparison to the past, it's more on a knife's edge now than it ever has been.
Right.
Yeah. I will say, I remember last year at this track, the last 4 or 5 battles in pro were all one person going off track or crashing, or both.
Yeah.
And we at least got a final battle where both runs were completed.
Yeah.
So
thank God.
So that is a benefit.
It's hard. Like, people don't understand. Like, they do, but like it's so insane. Like, you are going so fast, and you can't really tell because it's just like the scenery. It's like an illusion. It's just like wild.
So as a driver, you feel the G-forces in the car.
Yep.
You're not currently a competitor in Formula Drift, but you are competing in the Pro-Am series.
Right.
How do we need to capture the feeling of those G-forces and explain that to a fan? Or not just the feeling of a G-forces, but the feeling of a rumble strip, or the feeling of
a small bump
touching
that's
a wall,
big,
or
actually.
a touch on a tire, or these things.
You really can't until they do it themselves. But I will speak on one thing. Back in the day in Formula Drift, we put judges in cars in practice and let them experience everything we experience in the cars, and they get a whole new perspective. And I think they need to come back for like maybe an hour or two every practice, the judges riding cars. I can understand some drivers don't want to do that because there is some weight stuff that can be a really weird factor there. But I think it'd be worth to have some judges go in the cars and do it, and people that have driven in pro cars, they drive in practice as drivers.
So let me mention this. There is a rule in Formula Drift Pro and Pro Spec that you have to have a passenger seat.
Right.
When was the last time that a passenger seat was actually used in professional context?
Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you at all. I really have no idea.
I think it's been at least, I remember...
Maybe it just looks professional, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I remember that Jacob Gittens
I hate
ride with
me
Travis
personally,
Reed
I can't
last
stand when there's no seat in the passenger seat. It drives me freaking crazy. But again, like, I really want to speak on the entry on the new Outer Zone 1. That was a very, very big factor. That made this course so much harder and not the most enjoyable to watch in my personal opinion, but the drivers had to make it work. If you guys see, the entry this year was not as exciting as it usually is years ago.
Remember when it was fantastical and they had a speedometer?
We shouldn't be going that slow entering and pro drifting. And we shouldn't be going over rumble strips and then making a new zone and then going a million miles an hour and slamming on the brakes and then getting on the gas again. Like, we need fluidity and entertainment so it looks good for everybody.
I think it was really interesting from the perspective of shooting on the side of the track. It really seemed like you basically had to straighten out of Outer Zone 1 or damn near
very
straighten
shallow angle,
to get to Outer Zone 2, whereas in the past you were clipping it and it was still not a very
it was
sharp.
A little bit more mild.
There was not as much angle, but you were carrying more momentum and it was easier to link from the inner clip to Outer Zone, well, what is now Outer Zone 2. Should we see a change on that next year? Are you hoping for a change?
Here?
Yes.
Run it backwards.
Run it backwards.
Right here. There's like 3 pluses to this. A, you have entry right in front of the fans. Then you're going to carry speed, and tandems will be way better. And then we can maybe add some walls to the track and make it even more competitive because this round should have had walls. And the sun
And
too. Sun's
the
a
sun.
huge factor. And if we have walls, there's no dust. There's no spending a literal hour cleaning the engine bay in the car like I just did.
Yep.
And yeah, walls look scary, but if they're flat, I can promise you every driver here would have preferred walls this weekend instead of going in the dirt or being on eggshells the whole time in a very, very fast drift
Or
car.
risking, bending under the front of your Ferrari chassis.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Matt, will you go to Pro Spec if you get your license?
Yep. If I get my license, I'll be here next year. Or the year after, depends on things. I think it's good for 2 years. I'm third in points right now in my series, and I have the next round in 2 weeks. If I do well, I'll definitely be here. If I somehow don't get first, I'm going to petition in and work my way in somehow. But yeah.
That is the intention.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't going to come. I'll make it happen.
And
Federico is just a bad driver.
What you say?
know,
Hang on. Pause. He's not a bad driver. I want you to come out here and drive that car and then tell me the same thing. He loves that car and he's passionate, which I respect. I promise you, if you put him in an S chassis or a really nice setup car, it'd blow your mind.
so I have actually a really interesting perspective question for you. You're currently wearing a Rad Dan shirt.
Yep.
Rad Dan is potentially one of the drivers who is in a car that is not as competitive as others,
Right.
but has a very competitive setup on that car.
Right.
How would you suggest that somebody like Federico Sciarrifo, who is driving a Ferrari with a V12, it's very front heavy, it's got all these other different things going on. He's tried every type of naturally aspirated with nitrous, supercharged, turbocharged, everything. How would you suggest that somebody, if they were coming into Formula Drift, like you maybe at some point, would you suggest that they come in with a unique car
Nope.
to get a lot of get a lot of media, or would you suggest that they come in with a proven car?
It depends on what your goals are. If you want to be different and just stand out and lose, go ahead. Get sponsors, get your money, come drive, have fun, but don't podium. Or come in a car that you like or drive well and you know it's dialed and win. People have different goals here, and Federico is very good at being different, and he does very well in that area. And I know the guy can drive, but that car is definitely hard to drive.
Yeah.
And like people that come into the FD either just are trying so hard to get into this and just can bite them in the butt, or they come in and do well. It just depends on what you want.
So another question based on that. In the past, we've seen a variety of different chassis. I think that's something that makes the sport beautiful and unique, is that we have so much variety allowed within the rules. All the rules state is basically that your car has to be sold as a rear-wheel drive car or as an all-wheel drive car. You can even technically convert.
Yep.
Do you think that we need to go to less of that? Or do you just think that it's okay for some chassis to be really competitive and others to not be?
I mean, it all depends on who's building the car too and what it is.
Yeah.
You have to have logic when you build these cars. You can't come in here and build something so different without testing and come in and be mad that it doesn't work. If I was in that position, I would have the car that I know works and then spend 2-3 years developing. Like, for a pure example, I know we're short on time, but Peter, however you say his name, he had that chassis dialed forever at that setup, and he was not bringing that Supra until that thing was dialed.
Yep.
Perfect. It's still not dialed, but he knew he had to be at a certain level, and that's what he did. And he came in there now, and it's still good, but not as good as that chassis, in my opinion. But yeah. But one more thing, going back to Dan. Dan's car is unique, and it's the only Supra here. But Dan is such a damn good driver. Like, after working for him, even if it didn't work for him, he's a good driver. Dan can freaking drive, and we put a lot in the car, and the car's really fast. It just doesn't like certain amounts of angle, and it's competitive, but we also have a very, very stock-ish rear end because we can't run rear wise fab due to tech rules. And now next year, we're hoping to switch to rear wise fab, and that's so important. It's going to open up a lot of doors for him. So I'm very excited to see how he does next year with a way better setup car with wise fab, if we're allowed to.
And specifically, the benefit of rear wise fab would be progressive toe, I assume?
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. That, it's a drop knuckle, better geometry, the arms actually work, and if you have a good shock with bad arms, it's going to bind. If you have a good shock with wise fab, it's going to work right. So all that stuff's super, super important. And if you don't have that, it's going to bite you in the butt and hold you back, even if you're James Dean.
Yeah. And I will say, we have seen Rad Dan take a year off, come back into the series, and I mean, he's done incredible this year.
Yeah.
He has beaten great drivers.
Yeah.
He has gotten deep into the show several times. He's done great. I mean,
Yeah.
should we see more drivers potentially that are struggling, take a year off and come back and really build their program, build their car?
Oh yeah, like look at Tommy. Tommy just won the
Tommy Lemire.
championship in
Another great
prospect,
example.
taking off a year. Like this, like I know people know it's expensive, but they don't know it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. And if you don't have the budget, it's hard. It's so hard. If you have if I had a huge budget and like the brains of OE's team, I'd probably be pretty successful. You can't do it alone. You cannot do it alone. Every box has to be checked. You know what I mean?
My final question for you before I swap out.
Yep.
Should we see a more NASCAR style team owner who develops a car, who owns the car, and hires a driver sort of layout, sort of style in this sport? Or should we continue on the sort of owner-operator method that we've been on? Or should we continue just letting both happen?
It all depends on growth, and I think both should happen because not everybody deserves that. The guys like Turk, Osbo, you know, obviously OE has his own team. Guys that have been here for 20 years or whatever, 10 plus years, deserve that. And there's also young talent like Osoe that could also deserve that too. It all depends on what it is and who you know and the connections you make. I would love that to come in because that'd be huge growth for the sport. And those companies, wherever who it is, will also bring other people that will come in as well and see this. But drifting's still small. It's not small, but it is small. It has to get to that scale of that, and that's the only way I think it's going to get to that point.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to rotate out.
See you guys.
No.
No, you're in.
Oh, I'm in.
Get back in here. See, we're all messing up. It's not just me. Thank
Here
you
I
so
am.
much, Jason. He's the best. Literally, I love the questions you ask. I'm like, oh, I never would have even thought of that. We have some questions from the chat for you.
Oh, really?
They want to. Well, they were asking what car you would drive, but I
Okay.
think before that, you should tell them what you drive now.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know.
So I have a 1.5 JZ S13, Wise Fab, fuel suspension, dog box winners, about 750 horsepower on full boost, on Volinos, competing in Pro-Am. I have a lot of partners and people that help me. That's what I currently drive right now.
750 horsepower in a Pro-Am series. Do you think that's a little excessive?
No, because everybody incoming in the Pro-Am now has a Pro Spec car. So what am I going to do? Not do that? But also, I have
answer.
a car that I can make drivable and fast with different power maps, grip levels, all the above stuff like that.
So would you take that chassis with that engine and head to Pro Spec with it?
Yeah, I can compete in Pro Spec the way it is right now. Maybe like.
Is it
100
legal?
more yeah, it is legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, one like.
Let me guess.
A Halo seat.
Steering column. Okay.
No, I have stock steering column.
Heck yeah.
My
good,
car is
good.
very stock in that aspect.
Okay.
Yes, I'll race the Pro Spec probably my first season because I have tons of laps in that car, and the car is pretty beat up and not the most straight. And I'll come here and not care to ride it off, and it just makes me drive harder. If I come here with a fresh build, I'll probably not be as aggressive, but except when I'm in the moment, I'll probably just kill someone. But yeah.
I think that's pretty smart because we have seen some guys either come here in Pro Spec or move up to Pro with
Right.
a fresh build,
Right.
and they just are learning the car for the entire season.
Exactly.
Which,
Don't overdo this stuff.
right.
I've been working in FD for a long time. I've found the right team now. It takes some time, but also I had other things going on. But anyway, keep it simple, stupid, and like just
Right.
know the parts that will make you successful and the people behind it too.
Right. At every level.
At every level.
Let me
like-
be the poster child for
Yeah.
that. If I had spent as much time building the car as I did driving it, I could probably be giving you a run for your money.
Right. And the thing is, like, you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna break shit over and over. I blew engines left and right for years, and it wasn't the engines; it was the stupid old wiring and fuel systems that were just junk. And I was immature and didn't realize that. And then I was like, one day I took all of it off the car, rebuilt the car, and now it never breaks. It's really good. It's like it takes years of development, even though it's not a Pro 1 car. Like, it's a lot of. One thing is, there's a lot of copy and paste here. You can't copy and paste, but if you don't have like the deep deets in there, like, it's not gonna work.
Right. I'm going to ask you a tough question.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about Rad Dan's battle in the top 16?
I mean, it was fair. We're top 16.
Top 32. My bad.
Dan was driving really, really good. He's made one mistake for going from 1 to 2, and I told him, I helped Renee spot, and I told him, like, hey man, like, don't have a gap from 1 to 2. We can't have that. It's like the most key thing right now. Nail the entry, nail orders out of zone 1, and get 1 to 2 dialed, and be good. And unfortunately, he made a mistake, and the car was hooked up, and Chris drove well too. There was, again, as a driver watching the battle, no one's playing games. It's more of like, if you are at full throttle and you know you're going to go off, you're going to let off, and it's going to hurt the chase driver, and that kind of happened as well. But again, Forsberg had a better run in my opinion, but they both drove great.
Yeah, when it comes to this level of competition, they're splitting hairs. Like,
Yeah,
I know we
yeah.
like to give the judges a hard time,
Yeah.
but to give them a little bit of a break, it's like two amazing drivers.
Yeah.
How do you pick who did it
Right.
better? It's going to come down to like tiny little errors, one tire off.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep.
I'm going to ask you, are you going to Irwindale?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll be there.
You're going to be there with Dan?
Yeah.
Do you think he's ready? Is he hungry?
Oh yeah. Dan's so funny.
Okay.
He's a very calm person. He might sound like he's calm, but he's not. And to get him content is difficult, but when he's content, he can shred. And his car is set up really good for Irwindale, and it will be even better this year. So I think if he just does well and just keeps it calm but aggressive, he'll do really good.
Cool. What's your favorite FD round?
Oh, Atlanta for sure.
Atlanta.
Pause. Normally Atlanta, and not being biased, Orlando this year was one of the best FD rounds in the past, maybe ever, or definitely the past 5 years for sure. The driving and the vibe was so cool, and even Sage came up on the damn podium, and he was so stoked, and I haven't seen that kind of vibe in a long time, and it took me back when I got into this in 2014.
I would even argue to say it's because they were coming off of Atlanta, and there was a few controversial Johnnies.
100%, because Sage even on the podium even said
Yeah.
man, I was so down. I didn't even want to. I was in just a funk. I didn't even want to be here, but of course I have to be. In this round, just complete 360 in his opinion, and he was very stoked to keep going, which was awesome to see. And everybody was so stoked on drifting, and that's awesome.
Absolutely. There was a few controversial calls, which obviously had to be made.
Of course.
But I think whether you agreed with what that call that happened in Atlanta or not, it sort of kicked up everybody's level of driving. Because they were like, all right, well, I'm not getting caught with my pants down like that. Let me learn from that mistake, which is great, I think. Right?
Of course.
Seeing another driver you either make a mistake or get judged hard for something, it's like you learn from that for the next round. I really like that a whole lot. Let's see if we have any more points. Did you have anything special you want to talk about?
Oh, I mean, if he's down for it, I'm down for it. I've been offered, actually, a few teams offered me to travel with them if I do this, but I have to make a choice. We'll see what happens. In this sport, like right now, and then we go to Irwindale, the stuff that happens between Irwindale and the next season, time-wise, is crazy. You wouldn't believe the things that happen. There's deals you wouldn't think about today, and then in 2 months, you're like, damn, I'm driving for this guy? That's crazy, you know?
Yeah. All right, so I have a note here to go back to what you were talking about a flat wall. So the flat wall
big deal.
obviously is not going to yeehaw you into the stratosphere
Or
like a
totally
K-rail
your car.
is going to. Okay. Do you think FD should look into sort of like the same concept as a safer barrier like they see in NASCAR, like something between the car and the concrete barrier? So like you can hit it, you still shouldn't, but it doesn't total everybody's stuff.
No other drift series runs K-rails. I mean, I might be wrong.
What
but
do the European series run?
Flat walls.
Flat concrete
Flat walls. I can promise you every other driver here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Herbie is saying, because he's just a wealth of knowledge and we love him, that the back of the wall is a K-rail, but the part that you'll run your bumper against is a flat wall.
Yeah, and for example, Drift Masters builds an entire drift stadium in 3 days, and they have flat walls, and people hit it, but they can hit it and not flip over or
you
total
can still
their car.
total a car in it if you really want to, but it's not as
100%,
easy.
It's not as easy. Well, like for example, if Adam in St. Louis hit a wall the same way, it would have been a nice wall stuff, and he would have been like, "Damn, I lost."
Yeah.
And I can fix it in 10 minutes and go to where was it? Seattle, and be fine and not spend a lot of money and kill their employees to finish a car in 2 weeks. I've been there. Trust me.
Was really
it's
weak.
still fun though.
It's tough
That's fun for us. I like that stuff.
The last couple rounds, so we had St. Louis, Seattle, Salt Lake City.
Right.
So all of the acronyms are
Yeah, I
getting
gotta
mixed.
remember it. Yeah.
That's okay. It blends together.
Yep.
And like we were talking about yesterday, by the time the teams, the cars, the drivers get to this point in the season where it's either your final round of the year or your 7th round of the year, the drivers are tired, the teams are tired.
Engines are tired, cars are tired, everybody's out of money.
Yes.
Everyone wants to go home.
I know a lot of people, they're talking about a lot of buy runs, they're talking about a lot of cars breaking. It's like you have to remember just the level that they're competing at. Cars are going to get tired towards this round. So.
Yep.
All right. I mean, let's see. Do we want to talk? Are there any more questions
Any
in
more
the
questions?
chat?
Yeah.
Pushing for Ferrari-powered Maserati
See, like stuff like that just won't win.
So you're of the camp that get a chassis that's proven.
Yeah. I mean, like for example, like BMWs are cool, but S chassis are cool too.
Okay.
But they're getting old.
Devil's
and they're
advocate.
definitely old. I love S chassis, but I'm gonna build a GR86, GT86 for my next car. So like it's newer, and you have to understand we're selling to sponsors here, and when you have newer cars, they're more eager to sponsor you and invest in you. There's been S chassis for the past 20 some years, but they're still good, and people will eat that and get sponsors still because it's so proven and they know it works. Like Audi has so much data on S chassis, and look what just happened.
Right.
Are you going to attend clutch kickers?
If it happens, maybe, but they have to give us at least 6 months to a year, maybe 8 months to let us know what's going on, because I heard it's going to happen any day now, and I'm not going to be there if that's the case.
Yeah, and I think like a lot of times drivers are attending FD and also these other series. It's important to support drifting at every level, but when you go up against FD or you're going up against another large event, you have to remember like these guys can't. There's no way to get.
Because some people's cars are over here on the West Coast,
right?
And they're over
or somebody
there,
is someone else's
I have
crew.
Podium this weekend, right? Right, exactly that too. Yeah, of course.
We're This is such a small knit community, like you were saying, like Jason was saying earlier. I'm pointing at him off camera. Drifting is big, but it's also really, really small, and so a lot of these guys pull double duty. You're a driver, but you're also crew.
Yep. And
I'm an announcer, but I'm also here filming with you guys.
The reason why a lot of people do that, like me as well, is like I love helping people and I love learning, because no matter how long you're here, you're still going to learn. I can promise you every pro driver here learns something new every single round, as well as their crew. And it's not even just like driver stuff. It's more of like just like knowing what to do in the moment and knowing how to handle things and get things done the right way.
So when you do, sorry, go ahead.
If you were to, make an assumption of like the next, what would be your next S chassis or E40?
Oh, that's 15. If I could, listen. So like.
No, I mean like for as a whole, like the next big thing, like what, someone mentioned like the Supra.
Oh, okay. Supra's great too.
All right, so the question is, what do we think is going to be the S chassis of this generation?
GT86, GR86. People talk crap about the rear suspension stuff, but there's parts that make it work, because obviously it's here, it's around the world, it's in Japan, and it all works. It's not cheap, but like it's probably the same amount of money you got to put into your S chassis suspension.
Right.
And it's newer, and it looks sick in my opinion. The A90 is also a very good option.
Much more expensive.
But it's a very expensive car. You're gonna buy a wrecked one that was wrecked, and you gotta make it work.
Right, and coming from someone hoarder of S chassis, I've also drifted a very stock GR86 before. Right. It really reminded me of driving the S chassis, because you have a rear-wheel drive car that's ridiculously underpowered. Yeah. That's just an S chassis.
And it's new. Right. And the engine bays are built for boxer engines. You can fit basically anything in there.
Yeah, take that out, throw it straight in the trash.
See you later.
Okay. That one, dog.
Not that. Jay-Z all day, any day of the week. Probably if I...
We'll fist fight on
Dream
that.
engines like a 3.4, 2J, all BC internals, CP Carrillo internals, like Garrett Turbo, all the good stuff. Yeah. That's just, basically like another level of what I have now.
This is just Rad Dan at home. This is just Wish.com Rad Dan.
Listen, I got the same partner. Me and Jay have like same partners. We're good.
That's sick. I'm totally different. I just LS swap the world, dude. Whatever.
Right.
Don't leave it near me long enough. I'll put an LS in it.
Right. Or blow it up.
I've never blown up an LS. Not a single one. Come, say it with your chest. I blew up 3 VQs though.
You guys think that Luke could cut it?
100%.
Luke's a great driver. He just, again, like it's so expensive. Like you cannot do this for less than $100,000.
Yeah, and that's pro spec.
Or more.
Yeah.
And that's his pro spec.
Well, Luke wouldn't go to pro spec. He'd go to pro for sure. Yeah. Luke has no business being in pro spec. He needs to be in pro.
I think it's up to him whether. For me, if I was in his position, I would go 4 versus 8 rounds. But yeah, I do see what you're saying.
This is fun. We'll go for 3 hours. I know people are going to be interested. This is fun.
All right, so you know what? Let's wrap it up. Let's bring Jason back in here, because the mics will pick
up. Bye, guys.
Everybody.
See you soon.
Thank you so much, Shulman. We love to get the perspective of an up-and-coming driver as well as a crew member.
Very good perspective.
All drifting fans at the end of the day. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, sticking with us through this entire weekend. This was a crazy idea that we put together like, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
So this has been a pleasure. Thank you for all your questions. Make sure you comment, especially once this video goes live as well. We want to hear your feedback. We want to see how we can make this even better and cooler.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hopefully lots more to come. Thank you again to Daily Driver Media for putting this on.
Oh, they asked, where can we follow him?
Please follow Daily Driver Media on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the alerts button. Follow him on social media as well. That's where we'll be posting everything. That's where it'll be hosted. Oh, I'm sorry.
Shulman is...
Get in here. Hold on. Plug your shit.
It's at Matt Shulman, MattShulman. But four N's instead of just like my one in my normal name.
Matt Shulman.
That's my name. Matt Shulman.
Yeah. Okay, follow him on Insta. Shoot him some DMs.
Of course.
The weirder, the better.
Of course, follow Sarah.
Yeah, okay, you can follow me too. It's my name. My last name's super weird, but it's my first name Sarah, S-A-R-A, last name R-I-O-R-D-A-N, and an underscore, because apparently there's another person who has that.
Apparently.
If I find them, we can fist fight for the handle.
And I'm Jason, but you can find me on the internet as JD2RS.
Jason is also a super talented photographer as well,
thank you.
so you can see some really sweet photos and videos.
Well, thank you guys very much. This has been sort of round one, kind of take two of Talking Sideways.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank
and
you.
Have a good night.
See you next time.